owners, they share. They pool all the money that all these teams make at the end of every year, and they share that. So they want to maximize those profits. Sure. Now, Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, and I think he might be still speaking here. I'm not sure, but anyways, he just spoke moments ago. He said not every owner is on board with this process and this next step because they don't want to probably most likely dilute that take-home share, right? They don't want to draw from split up money from 32 teams. They want to keep it at 30 teams, and they want to maximize those profits. But a lot of insiders say not likely the case that they're going to take this off the market. Instead, they're going to go full speed ahead because Las Vegas is a big draw. I mean, think about that. A team in Las Vegas, you're probably going to sell every single seat in that arena every single night in Las Vegas. They also love the prospects and the potential of the Seattle market making money. And then they also, kill two birds with one stone there because they'd be able to make good on getting a team back in Seattle.
Let me ask you guys a question. If Seattle had not had a team stolen from us, which is what it feels like, and they just were a market that had never had an NBA team. Vegas makes total sense to me. I totally understand.
Absolutely.
You're right. There's people coming in. It could be an event that somebody from out of town, somebody from New York comes into Vegas, say, hey, let's go catch a game, watch the Vegas whoever. I can totally see that. And obviously, Vegas is a place where people are willing to spend extra money and have fun.
Yeah, I would do that.
If the Sonics had never been a thing, would they be considering Seattle seriously for an NBA franchise, or do you think there's another city that they would have jumped to first?
There are other cities out there. Mexico City was in that conversation as the NBA also is expanding. They want to expand a league to Europe as well. So that's a great question.
Is this kind of does it feel to you guys a little bit like a make good?
Well, it's definitely a make good. It's definitely a make good, an acknowledgement of a 40-year commitment that the city made to the NBA that got the rug pulled out from under us. And we're the largest market in America without the NBA, just ahead of San Diego. But when you're talking international, like Lou mentioned, Mexico City, that's an attractive. Without having team prior, we'd be in the conversation, but we wouldn't be the shoo-in we are today.
Can we? Do you want to stick around for a few more minutes?
I'll stick around, sure.
All right. Great. We're going to, on the other side of the break, Luke's going to join us. We're going to keep talking this out a little bit. And we have a ton of other stuff, so you don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.
Local news from local voices you trust.
Flights out of Joint Base Lewis McChord.
KIRO Newsradio.
Questions about whether the Pentagon is deploying special forces to the Middle East.
The news you depend on.
Gas prices up 25 cents in the last week.
Conversation.
Then all of a sudden, Trump comes out, hey, we're having productive talks.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
If you don't care about saving 50% off your wireless bill for the same 5G coverage the big guys are charging a fortune for, maybe you care about keeping jobs in America. Pure Talk does. They've pledged to run their entire operation from this country, including all their customer service. Or maybe you care about our nation's veterans. Pure Talk does. They've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization working hard to prevent veteran suicide. Or maybe you care about closing America's skills gap. Pure Talk does. They're a proud supporter of MicroWorks. They're helping my foundation train the next generation of skilled workers. Don't get me wrong. Saving money's great, and you'll save plenty with Pure Talk. But if you want to be in business with people who share your values, dial pound 250. Say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Right now, get a free furnace with the purchase of a premium heat pump and air cleaning package at CM Heating. Start today with an always free estimate. There's no beating CM Heating for heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical. Go to cmheating.com.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
Come in now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Carter Subaru, Seattle's only Subaru dealership. With over 700 Subarus in stock, Carter Subaru has great hybrid and electric options like the Crosstrek and Forester hybrids now in stock, as well as the all-electric 2026 Solterra with 0% APR for 72 months. Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard, or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 3/31/26.
Remember that time we were driving through France and for some reason we didn't have GPS?
Oh, for some reason? That reason would be that you didn't plug your phone in because you didn't have a charger.
Yeah, because I let you borrow my phone so you could call your mother, and you're on the phone for like 30 minutes telling her where we are. But that aside, we didn't know we were going. We did fight a little bit because we didn't know where we were going. I think that Longevity Medical Clinic is like the GPS for us. They tell us which turns to make. They tell us which directions to go, right?
They do. And now I feel like the two of us together have a clear path and we have more control over our own health care.
Right, exactly. So you don't have to get out of the car and try to find information somewhere. It's all right there. As you're aging, all the little sort of turns you have to make in order to be able to have lots of energy and to enjoy your life. So for as far as I'm concerned, Longevity Medical Clinic is our GPS. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're talking a little bit about the Sonics. Everybody's kind of chatting about the Sonics today after the NBA voted unanimously to explore potential bids for two new expansion teams, one in Vegas, one in Seattle. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the golden egg that everybody wants is Vegas. Everybody wants to be in Vegas. Seattle is also there.
That drives me nuts.
That bugs you?
They're the 40th largest media market. I get it, they're Vegas. Mm-hmm. It's the destination. But you're also talking about potential TV revenue down the stretch with these big network deals that they just got one. They're going to be another one in, 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
We're the 13th largest media market. They're the 40th.
Here's the thing about Vegas, though.
Their fan base is transitory or transition. What do you call it? Transient.
That's true.
They're all bums.
I'd say yeah, some of it. Aren't we supposed to call them unhoused now?
Yeah.
There's part of that is true, but Vegas is also one of those towns that they're always saying like, oh, it's amazing how much Vegas is growing. So they might be looking like 10 years down the road.
That's true. They could be the 25th
they
by 10 years. They
don't even have water out there, so I don't know what people are going for.
They sell you the water.
But then the other thing is you think about all of the different superstars who go and have like Vegas, not venue. What do they call that?
Residencies.
Residencies.
Yeah. Plus, when the NBA when the NFL went to Vegas, it's the perfect road trip. If you're going to go see your team play in another city, where else would you rather go see your team play than Vegas?
So, I mean, I think Vegas has all those extra bright, shiny things going for them, which offset that their media market might not be as big.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Who knows? But we got Luke Ducey, who's with us right now, kind of giving us all the ins and outs of this. Luke, before we went off on the break, we were talking a little bit about this potential cost and who can even afford that. Like, get into a little bit of that.
Yeah, and part of that Vegas market, I would imagine, as well, is merchandise sales. I mean, you think about the pro shops that we have around Seattle dotted around. Now go to Vegas on the Strip, and you're weaving through all the casinos if you've been there, and you've got a shop here and there. It's everywhere, right?
Everybody's selling merchandise.
Everybody drinking those big, long, whatever they drink as they go and sip through. And
I imagine basketball-shaped drug cups. Full NBA set.
Drink a few of those.
Beer.
Give me 4 jerseys, right?
Sure.
So the NBA is going to look at all these bids over the next several months, and then they'll vote again to approve these new franchise purchases or not. So who's buying it and how much are we talking? Between $7 and $10 billion is what a lot of insiders think these franchises will sell for. So who can pay that much? Well, this is most likely going to be a billionaire individual or a family of probably billionaires who will at least have to own 30% and pay mostly cash. They'll most likely step in and buy a little more than 50%, and then private equity firms could most likely make up the rest of that. Equity firms can spend, own up to about 30% of a team, and the NBA has welcomed an influx of private equity cash in the last 5 years because those equity firms, number one, it's money, but number two, those are investment dollars. So let's kind of think about and talk about things that are kind of going against this idea that we would get a franchise, and let's talk about the equity and the dollars and why this is kind of a sure bet. So we talked about the delusion of
media deals or the media
owners.
pie numbers.
32 as opposed to 32
teams
cuts to the pie.
So not as much money for owners. Let's talk about the income tax on millionaires a little bit in our state. As a deterrent maybe to this happening. Well, you can see arguments on both sides, right? But I will say on this side, as far as I talked to one finance expert who says, look, it's like McDonald's. McDonald's franchises are expensive. They're expensive for a reason because you're guaranteed customers, basically.
When you sell it.
Average net for NBA franchises every year is between $400 and $500 million a year. The highest earner was the Golden State Warriors last year, I think, in the last couple of years, about $800 million. And then it goes down from there. But the average is about $450 million. So if you pony up and you spend all that money, knowing that there's a millionaire's tax, and that is now the cost of doing business, so you're really asking your group that you're with, are we still good with netting $450 million every year? And then we can take that and invest it in whatever. That's a lot of money, and I think a lot of people might say, that's good. That's a good investment for me.
From an investment standpoint, too, think about this. The average NBA team valuation for the team. The average I pulled this number up because as you were talking, Luke, I thought this was interesting. The average franchise value in 2000 was $183 million.
Oh.
Do you know what it is today? $5.4 billion. So if you are one of these investment firms or you're some super rich guy who wants to buy something that you are almost guaranteed will be worth exponentially more in 10 years, 15 years, it's a great place to park your money.
You're earning $500 million on average in profit a year.
You have money coming in. It's going to sustain and pay for itself.
It's going to appreciate in value as a franchise, yes.
It's like buying a house that you rent out. You have money coming in, and the house is gaining in value.
It is printing cash.
You're printing cash.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Here's the other thing. I want to answer a question that I asked a second ago. You said the Vegas could sell basketballs
full of beer.
With liquid.
Sure.
I looked that up as you were talking. Do you know how? You want to take a guess at how much ounces you could fit inside an official NBA basketball?
32. More.
72.
Ooh.
240 fluid ounces. That's 1.88 gallons. That's a Vegas sized drink.
I thought a gallon was 64. I thought a gallon was 64.
What are we doing? We got to get in on this stuff.
128 ounces
half
per
gallon,
gallon.
64, yeah.
We should, we just gave away the idea, though. We should copyright that
idea.
Copyright, trademark. If you say it 3 times, it's legal.
We don't need
trademark.
Turn around and spit on a cutout of Clay Bennett we have in the studio.
Oh, man, that's great. All right, Luke Ducey, thanks for coming in, man. We
appreciate
it.
Me, yeah.
We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve. It means our success is defined by the difference we make in our clients' lives and the impact we can have in our community. Not by giant settlement checks or shiny offices. Our mission to lift up the vulnerable extends beyond the courtroom to our charity partners, promoting safety, uplifting students, accident victims, foster youth, and the elderly. If you've been injured and want better results for your claim and for all of Washington, call Davis Law Group today.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out?
It's spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, my family's been committed to doing what's right. At Wilcox Family Farms, that means caring for our hens with healthy pasture environments and a diet of organic grains and flax seeds. It's how we produce eggs that are wholesome, flavorful, and good for you. Next time you're at an egg case in your local store, we hope you feel good about choosing Wilcox eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
High five! Up top! Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Many financial plans include some level of tax awareness. When retirement begins, considering taxes isn't enough. One overlooked tax decision can quietly cost families thousands over time. At Madrona Financial and CPAs, your plan isn't built around products. It's built around coordination. Licensed CPAs and experienced advisors working together, aligning investments, retirement income, and intergenerational planning using tax-efficient strategies. Madrona Financial and CPAs. Planning built on credentials. Madrona Financial Services is an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future at AmazonBusiness.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This
is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A jury finds Instagram and YouTube liable in a landmark social media addiction trial. A woman identified as KGM says she became addicted to social media as a child and that this addiction exacerbated her mental health struggles. Her attorney, Mark Lanier, says the jury...
They found that Meta failed to give what a reasonable company should give as warnings.
Juliana Arnold of the online safety advocacy group Parents Rise says Meta and YouTube...
They knew the damage, they assessed the risk, and they moved forward anyway.
Loyola Law School professor Lori Levinson.
This is a huge verdict because we expect that there will be literally thousands of other cases throughout the nation making the allegation that these social media giants should pay for their defective product that got a generation of young people hooked to social media.
The plaintiff has been awarded $3 million, and the jury is recommending Meta and YouTube pay an additional $3 million in punitive damages. A Meta spokesperson says they are evaluating their legal options. TSA officers are expected to miss another paycheck while Congress works on a deal to approve funding for the Department of Homeland Security. Darrell English leads a union representing TSA workers in Illinois and Wisconsin.
Members out there are in a desperate situation. A lot of them don't have money for utilities, rent, mortgage, and food.
He says screeners cannot hold out much longer without getting paid. The White House says talks are ongoing between the U.S. and Iran, while Iran says quite the opposite. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
Amid reports that Iran has dismissed a 15-point U.S. plan to pause the war, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt is rejecting any suggestion that the talks have hit a dead end.
They have not. Talks continue.
Secretary Leavitt also rejected the existence of a 15-point plan, calling that speculative.
The White House never confirmed that full plan. There are elements of truth to it, but some of the stories I read were not entirely factual.
Iran state television said, quote, Iran will end the war when it decides to do so and when its own conditions are met. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
While grad students may be getting better grades, a new study shows their performance is not getting better. Study author Vivian Lee is with the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. They looked at over 20 years of graduate student grades at a large Midwestern university and found that grade inflation exists in both master's and PhD programs.
Giving students higher grades may actually help them reduce stress and support them and encourage them to actually focus on learning and instead of chasing grades.
Stocks have closed up on Wall Street and oil closed down over 1%. This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world.
I'm Tony.
There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers.
How are you?
I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
Voting procedures may change in our state sooner than later. More on that coming up, but first, your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. North 5 through Seattle, we're filling in now at the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. You'll catch that little break, and then the Ship Canal Bridge starts just past Mercer. South 5, we're looking good. Just minor crowding from about Northeast 50th across the Ship Canal Bridge. Westbound 90 at Rainier Avenue South, roadwork is blocking the northbound ramp right now, and we have a high wind advisory in effect at the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
And good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. A major step forward in bringing back the Sonics as the NBA's Board of Governors voted to explore expansion into Seattle. KIRO News Radio's Aaron Granillo reports it's not a done deal yet.
A lot of Sonics fans are still bitter about the way the NBA left the city 18 years ago. Commissioner Adam Silver says there's no shady business this time around.
And just want to make sure everybody understands there's been no handshakes on the side, there's been no commitments, there's been no promises to anyone.
In addition to Seattle, the NBA is looking at expanding into Las Vegas. Silver says both markets offer the league a unique opportunity, though he acknowledges not all owners are on board right now. Wednesday's vote required at least 23 owners in favor of moving forward. Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Congressman Adam Smith tells CNN the war in Iran is far from being over. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports the administration appears to be sending more troops to the area.
Smith says the plan to end the war in Iran remains unclear, and he's questioning reports that the Pentagon is sending thousands of U.S. Marines and paratroopers to the region either as a threat or a planned assault on Iran.
We're sending them there, and they're going to be vulnerable. What's the force protection plan? And then if you're not going to use them, why send them there? It's quite possible that it's just sort sort of like a threat.
There are also reports Iran has rejected President Trump's 15-point plan to end the war. Iran targeted countries across the Middle East Wednesday with a fresh volley of missiles and drone attacks. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Iran also announced plans to allow safe passage to non-hostile oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. and Israel are not on that list. The way you vote in Washington may change by November. The U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments this week on a challenge to a Mississippi voting law. Former State Attorney General Robert McKenna tells Seattle's Morning News a ruling could come by early July and take effect immediately.
A majority of the court appeared to be sympathetic to the challengers, and they may overturn Mississippi's law, which would mean that mail-in ballots for federal elections have to be received by Election Day to be valid.
That would hit 29 states, including Washington. McKenna says military members and overseas voters would be especially impacted. If your ballot arrives late, your votes for Congress or Senate wouldn't count, though your votes on state and local races still would. And now look at your KIRO News Radio weather. Increasing clouds, and that means an increasing chance of showers this afternoon. 53 for our high. Overnight drops to about mid-30s. Thursday, a perfect day for baseball, mostly sunny and 55. 52, breezy, and the rain has arrived in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Spike dancing in the studio, which is always nice.
That was not just the fastest hour we've ever got to do in radio. That might have been the most fun.
That'd be fun.
And we've had, look at the run we've been able to enjoy.
We had fun. Oh,
I mean, you know,
so much fun. It's good to laugh.
We're almost to the World Series. We win a Super Bowl, and now they're dangling the NBA at us.
About the NBA,
right?
Are you? Here, quick question. We'll get into other stuff. We're going to talk TSA.
I hope
and all
everybody's excited as we are about that
stuff.
Well,
that's a side question. Do you think people are going to get excited about the NBA? Because when they left, people were not super thrilled with the NBA.
I got to tell you, I haven't watched a game in 19 plus years.
I could probably name 5 players in the NBA right now.
Well, because we're not at the party. We were thrown out of the coolest party. If you're a basketball fan, you got to be a basketball fan. It's not for everybody, but it's for a lot of people. We're thrown out of the coolest party in the country, in the world. Of course, we're not looking at the window watching somebody else dance.
We felt like a scorned lover.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now
our lover crawled into somebody else's arms, and then we had to sit there watching as our lover
dust bowler.
How many times am I going to say lover? As our lover found happiness, and then we had to watch as our lover found happiness in Oklahoma. And now we're sitting here, and somebody's about to buy us a new lover.
Right.
And we will accept this new lover.
With open arms.
Maybe.
Yes, we will.
But we might be a little scorned by our old lover. And so maybe our emotions are we're a little bit not ready for a new lover.
We'll be trepidatious about our new lover. I tell you, man, G said something in the hallway today, and it rang so true to me.
Is it about lovers?
Yes. Well, the NBA's been dead to me for 20 years, but all it took was this. I'm back. I'm deep in.
Yeah.
I'm fluffing the pillows.
Really?
Yes.
Well, yeah, you're not like a... Listen.
I'm showering before the NBA comes over. How about that? It's date night.
I'm going to shave my face. I'm going to change my clothes.
Do some laundry, just in case.
Might do some laundry, because you never know.
You never know.
When you might be near your lover again. Such a gross analogy. Gross. Sorry to my wife for saying all these ridiculous things. All right, should we talk about other stuff?
Sure.
Let's talk about the TSA. That thing's still going on.
Those poor people.
Let me ask you, Spike, where are you at on this TSA stuff? Because I'm feeling bad for these folks. I'm feeling real bad.
They're the pawns. They're pawns in a political game.
In a congressional game.
They are. And not just
a congressional tennis match. They're just hitting the back and forth.
President Trump has told Republican senators, I will not entertain a compromise agreement because I don't want you compromising with Democrats, and I want anything until SAVE Act gets
But that's not completely true because they sent a compromise thing to Democrats. Did you see this?
That didn't carve out the Homeland DHS. Right. It funds
DHS.
Yeah.
It does not fund the ERO part that they were very upset about, and ICE and the deportation stuff that they didn't like. And the Democrats said no.
Yeah,
they don't want it.
And Democrats sent 8 different versions of funding everything but DHS.
So both sides are
playing games. Yeah. Back to your point. These guys are pawns. I feel horrible.
What do you think about this? Ted Cruz? I actually think so. There's a couple different things.
Mm-hmm.
People in Congress, if they're not feeling any pinch from this, like whenever you have like government shutdowns, but then you still have people who still somehow collect paychecks.
Yeah.
You just go like, well, then is that really working if you don't have any skin in the game? So Ted Cruz sent this letter to the financial clerk of the Senate, who's also named Ted. I guess he only sends emails to Teds.
He's got a small group.
His name is Ted Ruckner. He's very good with Teds. He says, Dear Mr. Ruckner, for the remainder of the current partial lapse in appropriations, please hold my salary check for pickup in the dispersing office. It's not right for members of Congress to be paid during a partial shutdown if the working men and women of the Department of Homeland Security aren't. Thank you for your attention to this request. And then he signed it, Ted Cruz. I mean, I don't know if that's a blatantly political move and he's putting it out there, but I got to say, if I'm a TSA worker and I'm seeing all these guys bloviate about what they need before they're willing to let me get a paycheck so I can feed my family, and I see somebody who is in the Senate saying, hey, you know what? I'm not taking a check either. I think that actually matters.
It's my first blush was it's performative, and I know I throw that word around a lot, but I think a lot of what politics is these days is performative.
So much of it. Yeah, I agree.
Ted Cruz makes more from his podcast than he does from working in the Senate.
Okay, and
that's the thing. Here's a guy that's worth $6 million. He can afford to miss a paycheck.
I understand what you're saying.
I get, but
he's still putting his money where his mouth is, and he's still saying, I'm not going to take that money.
And I get what you're saying too. I get that. I get it.
And here's the other thing. Ted Cruz is not unique. You go look at anybody in elected office. If they've been there more than 2 years, somehow they're a millionaire.
They're insanely rich.
All of them.
Yeah.
And so I would say, why not for these other senators who are constantly voting this thing down or not approving it or not agreeing with all these different things? Put your money where your mouth is. Show the people that you actually care about it in a way that you're actually saying, hey, you know what? I'm not going to take my check as long as you're not getting your check. If I'm an average person who's out there, having to still show up for work, 12-hour shifts, and I'm not getting paid. We're going into week 6.
Right, and so far over 500 people have quit the job.
Yeah, that means something to me.
That's not even the sick outs.
Yeah,
because people have to take second jobs to make ends meet because they still got bills to pay and kids to feed.
Yeah, and it doesn't make them quitters. It makes them people who have to have money.
Right, it makes them Americans. Everybody deals with these problems.
You watch. You do. I mean, we're very blessed. This is a great job. We literally sit around all day and we drink really good free coffee.
Free coffee.
And we sit here and we talk about these things.
Yeah.
That just literally no better job.
Yeah.
They don't pay us for 6 weeks. You see how long we're sitting here.
I can't do it.
No, nobody can.
I'm calling it 6. I'm door dashing.
And you know what? You're making a lot more than these TSA guys are. I mean, the starting salary for TSA is 40. What is it? 40 grand is the starting salary.
How can that not be adjusted to the market that you're working in? It's one thing if you're making 40 grand working at the Omaha International, where the cost of living is much less than Seattle.
I mean, I think
anybody works at TS. That's a
national average.
Okay, yeah, it's got to fluctuate between markets.
I imagine, and if you're
TSAs
working,
if you're
working
Seattle.
LaGuardia, or you're working SeaTac, these are more expensive.
Was it United Airlines or who was it that said we're not giving
Delta.
Delta?
Delta.
We're not. This is going to impact the senators more than missing a paycheck because you said they're all millionaires.
Yeah.
But it was I think it was 2 days ago or yesterday it was announced that representatives enjoy special services at the airport.
Some perks.
Escorts.
Yep.
Security escorts. They breeze past every line.
No TSA lines.
None.
They get to skip TSA security lines because people think, oh, okay, well, he's an elected official.
There's somebody special, and
like
there are security concerns. Yeah, they're pre-vetted. They're a damn senator or congressman.
Yeah.
But not anymore.
Yeah,
they're waiting in line.
Delta put out this statement. They said, due to the impact on resources from the longstanding government shutdown, Delta will temporarily suspend special services to members of Congress flying Delta. Next to safety, Delta's number one priority is taking care of our people and customers, which has become increasingly difficult in the current environment.
They feel like it's going to light a voting fire under these guys if they can't dance through the airports anymore.
Well, you're absolutely right. I think they should. I think good for Delta for doing this. I think it's a good move. They need to feel the effects. If the people voting on this don't feel the effects, then they're just playing a game. I mean, that's what they're doing.
Exactly.
They're just playing a game.
Right.
Their whole there's both sides can make arguments that the other's holding hostage. But,
and both sides are valid. You're right, both.
And I think that Ted Cruz's, well, it might be a little politicking, and you're right, he makes probably more money on his podcast.
It doesn't, missing a paycheck doesn't hurt him.
But
it's a noble thing to do.
Symbolic things are still done for a reason. Yeah. I think more people should step up. I think Patty Murray should do the same thing.
I would encourage her to do so.
I think Maria Cantwell should do the same thing. I mean, we don't have a say over other people in other states, but
I'd be proud of them to do
senators.
So. Yeah, that's affecting our TSA workers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm with
if they're not voting for an end to this, then I think they should. That they're not saying that you can't have your money. Just keep your checks. You'll cash them eventually.
Just like you're doing at TSA.
Yes.
Did you see the story where the FTSB, Federal Traffic Safety Board inspector?
Is that what that means?
Yeah, FTSB. Couldn't get through security to go and investigate the fatal collision at LaGuardia. And there's so few of these inspectors. I mean, this is like top-level aviation accident disaster inspectors, so they can learn and prevent in the future.
Yeah.
Was stuck in a TSA line for 3 hours in Houston, and they literally had to beg the on-site TSA security to let this TSA official out of line to skip the line.
You guys see the news? Do you know where I'm going?
We got to get this person to LaGuardia.
Yeah.
Because
we have an active situation, folks.
Yeah, because that airport was shut down.
Yeah.
It wasn't just they're going to sift through a hangar somewhere where they reconstruct the accident. LaGuardia was shut down. There was debris strewn for hundreds and hundreds of yards.
Very scary situation.
And they couldn't get this person through TSA security.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that's the kind of impact I hope will light a fire under legislators of both stripes to come to some kind of solution here.
Okay, I'm going to re-ask you a question I asked you yesterday to see if you've changed your tune on this. And maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I don't know. But a local community. Yesterday we were talking about Elon Musk, or 2 days ago. Elon Musk made an offer. He said,
to pay
He
TSA.
said, hey, you know what? I got a lot of money. I'm a guy who's pretty liquid, or at least I can be. I'd be willing to pay. He said, I'll pay for all of the TSA workers' salaries during this thing, because it's not fair that they have to pay the price for these congressional yahoos fighting over stuff. I want to make sure these people can afford things. People are literally like dropping off deodorant. They're setting up food pantries for TSA workers. I mean,
Checkpoint 3 at SeaTac, you can drop off donations.
Yeah, and
people are dropping off. I'm literally canned goods.
That is
and grocery gift cards.
It's not right. It doesn't feel right because it's not right. And so this local group has raised. Listen to this. This local group set up a GoFundMe page. And right now, I'm going to pull up the number here live to see what the amount is up to. Because $109,480 on their way to whatever they can get. Obviously, I mean they keep
this is local
to support local TSA workers in Seattle, SEA TSA workers. And what they're hoping to do is to be able to use this money to. Here's what they say. They say, unfortunately, due to the impasse from D.C., TSA agents are coming to work without pay. On Friday, March 27th, they will miss their second full. So this is Friday. Their second full paycheck in a row, which makes it hard for them to afford and feed themselves and their families, purchase gas or to get to work or to pay for other daily expenses.
That's the thing. I'm hearing stories that people can't. They want to come to work. They don't have gas money.
So what they're going to do is they're going to use this money, $109,000. They said they're going to use to buy non-perishable food, household goods, hygiene products, and gas cards.
Well, I'm donating right now.
What do you think of that?
I like it. It's wonderful. It's mixed. I love our community. I love the support we show for our fellows.
I like the Elon thing, and I like this.
I like both of them, because I hate the idea of these folks not getting paid. But to our conversation just a moment or two ago, what's going to light a fire into these legislators? If you take the heat off, if you take the pressure on the TSA workers off, if you take the strain on travelers away,
I understand, but
they're not going to compromise, and they're going to dig their heels in.
I understand, but it's not a fair pressure.
I get it.
It's not because you're talking about somebody who's If you were putting the pressure on, if you were saying, okay, so if people in the Senate were saying, hey, you know what, none of us are agreeing on this, and then the head of the Senate says, hey, you know what, we're going to do Thune. Thune has the power to do this. He doesn't, but if he did, he said, hey, here's what we're going to do. It says in our bylaws, if we can't agree on something and it goes beyond such and such a date, none of us are going to get paid. Now, you watch how many of these are going to happen. Almost none, because their money would be on the line. That's who I think should be paying the price for this. The people who are actually having this debate, you work it out amongst yourselves. When you're holding somebody hostage who's only making $40,000,
I get it, man. You're right. Morally, it's disgusting. So it's morally bankrupt.
So to me, I'm just like,
but you think that's enough of a fire? These guys skipping a paycheck.
But I disagree.
I mean, legislators skipping a paycheck. Is that enough of a fire?
Sure. In principle, I disagree using somebody of a TSA status.
Right.
You're punching down. Is my point.
No, I get it.
What are they making in the Senate? $173,000 a year?
I think it is something like that. Yeah,
Something like that.
It's pretty close to that. Yeah.
Almost $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
And all sorts of perks.
You bet.
And super famous. Every time you want to go on TV, you can go on TV, which raises your clout,
Well,
which
they get
raises your ability to make
and apparently a 48-hour heads up when stocks things
you
are
want
going
to
to
make a stock investment?
Right.
Go knock on Nancy Pelosi's door. She'll
Right.
let you know.
Right.
So to me, those would be the guys who I would say, like, hey, let's freeze those accounts. You don't get your money until you figure this out, instead of punching down on the TSA workers.
Because it sucks.
And then it makes me think that the people like the Elon Musk, I know that there's politically a lot of reasons, like you might not like the guy, or a lot of people may not like the guy.
Yeah.
But if you have people out there who are being generous, Elon Musk and this Facebook group are the same to me. They see somebody who's hurting and they say, hey, you know what? I want to step in and help any way that I can.
Yeah.
Because they need it.
They do, and they don't deserve to go through this.
And they don't deserve to go through it. And
kids,
it sucks
kids
for
are going
them.
hungry. People are losing their homes.
Yes, and you're having to quit a job that you maybe have put years into.
Right. You're trying to climb that ladder of seniority, and you can't afford it. You can't afford to stay there.
Yeah.
And all the time you've committed and invested in this is gone.
I think they should take Elon Musk's offer because he can afford it, and I think they should. I fully support all the gas cards and this stuff on this GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
It was very cool. Over $100,000.
Yeah, it's 109. Well, it's a little bit more from us now.
Are you going to donate?
I just did.
Good for you.
It's easy. It's super easy. You find the link at My Northwest.
Yep.
And there's
Is it on My Northwest? I don't know.
I'm sorry. It was a Fox 13 story.
Fox 13 story.
Okay,
Can we post it somewhere, Laura, so people can, if they want to jump on this?
Because we're making these for folks.
Where are we going to put that? Facebook or something?
Yeah, just on all our social media.
All right.
I'll
Thank
put it on
you.
our social
Thank
media
you.
page.
Yeah, because these are your neighbors.
Why are they the ones that have to suffer? That seems horrible to me. Polymarket prediction on this is that
talk about insider trading. Is this the war thing?
No. This is the odds of the shutdown going into April,
now,
lasting beyond Easter.
How about
67% chance?
How about no members of Congress get to bet on that? Can we at least ask that much?
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Right?
They could. They literally could do a prediction market.
Did you see the story of it was two members? I think they're from Israel. I don't want to misquote. They had classified information about the launch of an attack, and there was a Polymarket futures prediction bet on when and if there would be an attack, and they made like
somebody
one
bought a market share.
Somebody bet. He's called a bet. They invested in the prediction.
You're buying a share of a prediction.
They bought a share. They made $1.6 billion. Wow. Trading on information that they had, classified information they had about a pending military action.
How is that legal?
It's not. They're being investigated, but how do you find guardrails for this kind of activity?
I saw a story that did Polymarket, and who's the other big one? The prediction market.
Kalshi or Keshi?
Kalshi.
I want to say Kesha every time. It's
Kesha.
Yeah.
It's pronounced Kesha. Polymarket and Kesha have, they're actually trying to figure out how to because this was a big thing in the Super Bowl too. You remember during the Super Bowl, people were going in and all the prop bet stuff and all the people were noticing Gatorade colors before the end of the game.
They showed them mixing the color on the side of the field.
And that's one of those prop market bets.
Right.
And it's not just Kesha and Polymarket, but it's these other betting sites as well, where you could place big bets on what the Gatorade dump is going to be at the end of the game. Or you could have people with insider knowledge. How do you stop that?
Well, remember the guy who bet on him? The guy bet that someone would run on the field?
And then he
ran on the field.
Yes.
And he made 20 times the fine.
Didn't he make like $500,000?
Yes. Because
That's insane.
How is this legal?
In that case, I kind of like it.
Well,
that to me feels smart.
That guy's a winner.
Again, he had some skin in the game.
He did.
Literally. He had to take
he
off
was
his shirt.
very pink. He
very
was
pink, and he got tackled. And if you're willing to get tackled,
the story of the guys who would write some company name on their back and then run on the field and get paid for advertising, right?
I don't know this to be the case. This is speculation, but isn't that how Amazon got started?
Is it really?
Wasn't Jeff Bezos running on the field?
No.
I'm just kidding.
He shaved his head.
Amazon.
That's why he shaved his head.
I said, why is he running and talking about a river?
Is he smiling?
Doesn't make any sense.
Is that a smile?
Oh, he painted it on his head.
Did you know the smile on Amazon is from A to Z? Did you know that?
Huh?
You look at the Amazon logo.
I'll look right now.
The smile, the arrow of the smile under the Amazon logo, it goes an arrow from A to Z. Everything you want's in Amazon.
I'll look this up.
I got that in my marketing class.
Amazon logo. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really smart. That's
Isn't that
one of those
great?
subliminal things.
Yeah, it is. It's a little
And
thing.
you don't notice it.
Yep.
It's also a smile under Ma. Because
Who doesn't
people love their moms.
That's right.
It's a nice thing. Just like a nice message all the time. All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
The NBA takes its biggest step yet to bringing the Sonics back to Seattle.
The NBA Board of Governors has officially greenlit a deeper look at expansion to Seattle.
KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey has been following this.
Amanda, what a huge story for the city.
Speculation is that it's going to be 28-29 that season.
Stay plugged into the very latest at mynorthwest.com.
I'm super excited for the jobs, the restaurants.
And KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
We are on a magic carpet ride.
It is time to rewind with the Nostalgia and Retro Convention in Puyallup this weekend. Get autographs and photos with Hall of Famer Edgar Martinez and Jay Buhner. Meet Dennis Rodman and Horace Grant, Sergeant Slaughter in the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Music fans can meet J.C. Chazé from NSYNC, Tiffany and Debbie Gibson. Dive into a world of classic TV and movies with Ponch and John from Chips, Steve Gutenberg and Bobcat Goldthwait from Police Academy, and so many more. Saturday and Sunday at the fair in Puyallup. Buy tickets now at rewindwa.com.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth.
Having some certainty about your plan is definitely going to give you all the advantages.
Chris has the heart of an educator.
If you really want to do this correctly, then you get to enjoy every day of retirement like it's a Saturday. And if you don't, it's a Monday for the rest of your life.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth, Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
You're 62 or older, lots of equity in your home, and you want to pull some cash out, but a refinance or HELOC, well, it means a bigger payment. And the cost of selling your home, it's insane. So what should you do? Hey, Brock Hewitt here for Tila Mortgage. You don't need to live at a lower standard than you deserve. You really got three options. Number one, sell your home. 2, get a HELOC or refinance. Or 3, get a reverse mortgage. Tila has done the analysis and believes that a reverse mortgage is the most cost-effective way for seniors to get cash out of their homes without selling and having the option of no monthly mortgage payment. Too good to be true? No. Call today and let's compare. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Give them a call today. 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Insurance and property taxes are borrower's responsibility. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these 3 books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Mark is 76, and his shoulder pain was getting in the way of him playing baseball. You heard that right.
baseball.
Yeah, there's a whole league here of old guys pretending like we're kids.
The pain from severe arthritis just wasn't going away.
It was like a nerve-type pain, and I couldn't sleep at night.
That's when Mark decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
Well, if I can avoid surgery anytime, you'd probably be better off.
Mark is back out on the diamond playing baseball.
So I moved into this retirement community, and I talked about my shoulder, and these old people here, they got all excited about it, and 2 of them now have gone to see Mark Wagner. They don't like driving into Seattle, so I drive them in.
He more than recommends Dr. Wagner. He chauffeurs. So whether it's a hip like mine or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. He's the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. It is starting to feel real for NBA fans in Seattle. The league today took a major step toward bringing back the Sonics.
So much history with the team. There's some great memories of guys like Rashard Lewis and Kevin Durant playing here. I think it'd be great for the city.
That sounds very exciting. Yeah.
The Board of Governors voted to approve a deeper look at expanding to Seattle and Las Vegas. Commissioner Adam Silver says nothing is set in stone.
We owe it to these markets to be transparent and to be more formal with our approach to that so that everybody feels they have a fair shot. There's an investment banker. There's people at the league office working on this.
Today's vote starts the process of looking into potential owners and arenas. Silver offered no official timeline, though it's possible Seattle and Las Vegas could join the NBA starting as soon as 2028. White House says negotiations continue with Iran in an effort to end the war. CBS's Linda Kenyon reports Iran says otherwise.
Iran's foreign minister says, quote, "We do not plan on any negotiations." White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says that's a bad decision.
Any violence beyond this point will be because the Iranian regime refused to understand they have already been defeated and refused to come to a deal.
At the same time, Secretary Leavitt says talks continue, but she won't say with whom.
We're not going to get into the details of these negotiations and conversations that continue to take place.
Saying they are very sensitive and diplomatic discussions. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Washington congressman is calling on lawmakers to approve paychecks for TSA and the Coast Guard as Congress remains deadlocked on Homeland Security funding. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is following.
Adam Smith tells CNN his beef is with ICE and reforming immigration enforcement, not with TSA agents who have been working without paychecks for weeks. He's calling on lawmakers to fund TSA and the Coast Guard while they work on ICE.
We have to keep negotiating ICE, and we do. Let's keep negotiating that, but let's pay TSA, the Coast Guard, FEMA, everybody else.
TSA agents across the country have been calling out sick because they're not getting paid, leading to long airport security lines. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
At today's closing bell, stocks gained. The Dow up 305, NASDAQ ahead 167, and S&P 500 up 35 points. And now to the real-time traffic desk. We check in with Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, Wilcox Family Farms has this update. Wide open roadways for most of you out there. Here in Seattle, a little different story. North 5, we're heavy at the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. Again, between Mercer and the Ship Canal, all added up. Plan on 20 minutes to get through downtown. South 5, you're going to slow in Northgate into downtown. Linwood to Seattle's a 20-minute trip. South 405 off and on slowing from South Bellevue down into Renton. About 15 minutes from Bellevue into Renton. North 405, you're going to slow through the Renton S-curves. For a convenient, healthy snack on the go, look for ready-to-eat Wilcox hard-boiled eggs. Find Wilcox eggs at Costco, Metro Market, Safeway, and other local grocers. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Forecast now, looking at overcast skies, some light rain. We will begin to dry out as the night goes on. Tomorrow looks mostly dry with sunshine and highs in the low 50s. Roof should be open for tomorrow's opening day with the Mariners. Right now looking at 45 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is a very interesting story, and I think it's going to have some huge ramifications, hopefully, on all of social media. But in New Mexico, there was a case.
Oh, yeah.
And a jury found Facebook, which is owned by Meta Platforms, liable for, what is it, $375 million?
A $375 million penalty was awarded to New Mexico yesterday.
Tell us a little bit about what happened here, and then we'll kind of get into the meat of this.
So we've been talking for a long time about the impact of social media on teenagers or even younger.
Yeah.
We've talked about the international ban on social media accounts for kids under 16 in places like Australia. They're looking at it in Germany, France, England, Spain.
Yeah, Australia's been really progressive in
very much
banning
so.
social media, which I think is great.
So there's over 1,000 different cases right now in the courts. We've heard about the one in California, big case. New Mexico was one of the first states to bring a case against Meta for harmful business practices against kids. And in this course of this trial, it was determined by the prosecuting, the Attorney General of New Mexico, and the jury of their peers that Meta knew of, was aware of, had evidence of the addictive nature of its product, and that it hid those facts that they were in possession of, that they were forced to release in court through disclosure, that they knew it was addictive, they knew the practices were harmful to kids, and they lied about
children,
it. It's very similar to what tobacco was doing, that they knew they had results, they had study after study after study. You know, Meta had actually used terms like addictive, and they had fashioned their algorithm models using models created from slot machine companies who build these algorithms for slot machines to just give you a little taste, keep coming back, get you sucked in, get you addicted.
Yeah.
And they presented this evidence to a jury, and as we mentioned, $375 million award to the Attorney General of New Mexico and the state and citizens of New Mexico. Part of this was a sting operation.
Oh, was it really?
The Attorney General's office created an account, a fictitious account of a 14-year-old girl. And immediately, this fictitious character was inundated with lewd photos, propositions for sex, for money, and not just and Meta. And I don't want to point out Meta because most social networks use these same practices and cause these same dangers, or present these same dangers, potentially dangers.
At least there's certainly allegations that they're doing.
So not only did Meta, ignore the adult graphic content of messaging and photos and the whole 9 yards, of requests for lewd things from this fictitious sting character, 14-year-old female. Meta sent messages on how to expand their profile, how to add different medium to their profile, how to monetize.
This is what the allegations were in the lawsuit?
They had emails from Meta to this fictitious account, how to monetize your feed.
This is crazy. From this Wall Street Journal piece, they said the lawsuit said that Meta was proactively serving and directing underage users towards sexually explicit images, allowing adults to contact children for pornographic images, and let users find, share, and sell enormous volumes of illegal child porn.
They tried to teach this fake kid how to sell this stuff, how to monetize this stuff.
So here was Meta's response. They said that they disagree with the verdict, and they said the company's saying they're obviously planning an appeal. But this is a quote from this Wall Street Journal piece. Meta said, "We work hard to keep people safe on our platforms and are clear about the challenges of identifying and removing bad actors or harmful content. We will continue to defend ourselves vigorously, and we remain confident in our record of protecting teens online." It's interesting because that's exactly what a company would say.
Sure, yeah,
especially after just been handed a horrible verdict against them. But this is exactly the reason that I think a lot of parents, the novelty of social media is done. It's over. It's in the past. It's becoming like, especially of Facebook. To me, in my head, they're becoming like a record player. It feels like an old technology now. When when I was young, I remember when to sign up for Facebook, it was like a new, fresh thing. I was in college at the time, and to get on Facebook, you had to have a specific college.edu address. You couldn't even get on Facebook otherwise. You had to first be approved through a college account of some kind, and then eventually it spread out to everyone, and then it became just like a Facebook.com thing. And now they're Meta, and obviously they're a massive company now. But they had very humble origins. I mean, as humble as you can get at Harvard, but humble origins.
Yeah.
And
it's a startup.
It's a startup. And then the company got massive and huge. And everyone was excited to say, oh, this social media, that's such an interesting thing, yada, yada, whatever this thing is.
Yeah.
it now feels passé to me, and I don't think it has the shine that it once did. I know everybody uses it for everything. You can market through it. You can do all these different things.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel new to me anymore. And I do think that you're going to see more and more parents, especially, this is like a landmark case.
I think you're right.
I think you're going to see more and more people who are unwilling to subject their kids to the dangers that are just inherent with places like this.
Well, let me ask you this. Places like this, that's a key phrase you're using, because Facebook may be becoming passé. Is all social media becoming passé? Do kids nowadays, is it Instagram? Is it whatever, TikTok? Are all these social media platforms and networks, are they all using the same algorithmic practices to catch and not release their users?
Here's what I think. I think the average person, this is my opinion. This is kind of where I'm at on this whole thing. The average person, I think, from my own perspective, I don't feel good when I'm on social media.
Okay.
Sometimes I post things that I think are interesting or funny or whatever it is. I have gotten to a point now where I'm like airplane mode by 5 p.m.
Okay.
I don't want any contact with my phone because it's stealing my life away in parts of my life that are fleeting, that are going to not be there forever.
That have a limited, a finite amount of time.
I have 18 years left with children in my house before my kids are grown and gone.
You're such a dreamer.
Well,
like they're going to be out by 20.
You're right.
You're so cute.
Let me rephrase that.
No, I hear you.
I only
got 25.
I only have 45 years left with my kids in my house. But I can see that those things, and it's a time suck. It's
man.
not adding value to life. And if it's adding, I think enough people are going to start feeling that way.
I hope you're right.
And then they go, you know what? There's just no way that these companies for the rest of time can be the most valuable thing in the world. It doesn't work that way. If you follow history, something new gets invented and everybody turns their attention. They've had a good run, but it's not adding value to your life. And eventually somebody has to, people lift their head up and they go like, why am I staring at a screen?
Yeah. Well, you have the benefit of being raised in a pre-social
media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so you know what life's like without that. How about a kid these days? This is all they know.
Well, if you give it to them,
are we? Well, good luck not. I mean, I know you're making a noble effort. It's commendable, the effort you guys are making
My
to make
kids-
sure kids have lives outside of screens.
my oldest is near 11.
Yeah.
They have never been on a social media network.
But he'll be raised in an era where it's the norm, where he's the outlier if he doesn't have access to these
fine.
things.
I want him to be an
get
outlier.
It. My question is what we're doing to this generation breaking them to the point where they may not be able to pull their head up and say there's more to life than my screen? I hope it's not the case.
I don't think so because young people surprise us all the time. They do amazing things.
I hope so.
The
you're
greatest
right, man.
generation, they did that at 19.
Yeah.
The next generation's a great generation too.
Okay.
And I think they're going to realize these things too. And they're not going to sacrifice their lives to a stupid little machine. They're going to realize at some point
Amen.
that it's sucking up a life and they're like passing up adventures.
Yeah.
Because
Good.
they're staring
Good.
at their screen.
Good. I find myself
There's
becoming
an
too
indelible
cynical.
human spirit that I
Yeah.
think will kick in for
Good.
people at
I
some
hope
point.
you're right, man.
Of course
I'm with
right.
you.
Of course I'm right. I'm just kidding. I hope I'm right. All right. We got a lot of other stuff to talk about, but that meta thing is crazy.
And like I said, there's 1,000 cases out there. This could be the crack in
Here's
the
the
dam.
thing. $375 million is that penalty. They're going to fight that in court.
Yeah.
They make 160 times that amount in revenue. But think about it. That's only 1/5 the amount of lawsuits that they currently have.
Right.
That's not a sustainable business if these things start going against them. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
The NBA takes its biggest step yet to bringing the Sonics back to Seattle.
The NBA Board of Governors has officially greenlit a deeper look at expansion to Seattle.
KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey has been following this.
Amanda, what a huge story for the city.
Speculation is that it's going to be 28-29 that season.
Stay plugged into the very latest at mynorthwest.com.
I'm super excited for the jobs, the restaurants.
And KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
We are on a magic carpet ride!
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
If you own rental property in Washington, you probably already know it's not what it used to be. Rising property taxes, increased maintenance costs, and some of the most onerous landlord-tenant regulations in the country. At some point, many landlords ask the question, is this still worth it? Brian Evans, CEO of Madrona Financial and CPAs, is hosting a live interactive workshop called Landlord Exit Strategies. In this seminar, he'll break down the impact of today's regulations, strategies that may allow you to defer and potentially reduce taxes, and how the Delaware Statutory Trust may help. It's a straightforward conversation about your options before you make a costly decision. To register or learn more, visit madronafinancial.com or call 833-673-7373. Be sure to catch Growing Your Wealth Saturdays at 9 a.m.
This is a paid advertisement. Investments involve risk. See full disclosures at madronafinancial.com.
Spring is a season homeowners start improving their homes. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. If your home needs roofing, siding, new windows, gutters, or decking, our team can take care of it all. For a limited time, save up to $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows project. Planning multiple upgrades? Combine your projects and save even more. Or with zero down, zero payments, and zero interest up to 24 months. You can start your project now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What did the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
Families across Western Washington voted Aegis Living Best Senior Living, and Seniorly ranked them #1 in America. See why. Schedule a tour today at aegisliving.com. That's aegisliving.com, and get a special take-home gift. Aegis Living. This must be the place.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce!
It's spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide.
based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future at AmazonBusiness.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is a fun topic to talk about right now. This is everybody's kind of chewing on this, so we will too. NASA has announced they are unveiling a very ambitious plan. $20 billion they're going to spend on this thing. They want to get back to the moon, and they don't just want to go there. They say they want to stay there. This is from NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman. He says, we are standardizing rocket architecture, embedding NASA expertise across industry, and increasing launch cadence to support sustained lunar operations. We are sending a demand signal for crewed missions beyond Artemis 5 with at least 2 providers capable of bringing astronauts to the surface every 6 months. The goal is not just to reach the moon, but to stay. America will never give up the moon again. That's a big goal to get up there. I know a lot of people would love to have a base on the moon. I've seen, I think there's movies in development right now about
a moon base.
A moon base. I think there's a Tom Cruise movie about a moon base. I could be wrong about that. But what do you think about this, Spike? This moon base idea?
Well,
who doesn't love the moon?
I love the moon. You know, as long as you're not going to mine the moon. I mean, you always want to ask yourself, right?
Well, what's up there even?
That's what they're going to find out. Well, rocks and golf balls and some used rover material. I think a couple. You know, you
I don't
still
know
say
that's worth $20 billion though.
Well, here's the deal. All exploration is the basis for all innovation, right? That's pretty safe to say. All the things we have in our lives every day, from MRIs to whatever it may be, all came about because of the technology required to get to the moon. That's why Kennedy put America on the path.
I didn't realize this, but when we went up to the moon, we come back and they found Velcro. Isn't that crazy?
Right.
That's what holds the moon together, apparently, is Velcro. And they found it.
It's a Velcro farm.
They said, we got it. And they ran back. Well, Neil Armstrong brought back Velcro, and he gave it to the people, and we're very pleased.
My first thought of this is we got money to go. We got $20 billion to go to the moon.
20 billion, 20 schmillion. That means nothing.
That's see.
Everybody's got 20 billion.
Yeah, laying around. What NASA calls couch money. Well,
listen, it's 10 times the budget of Seattle's homeless problem. Yeah, when you think about it.
It's also 1/10 the budget of war with Iran. So, I mean,
true.
We're printing money these days. We're just printing money.
We are spending too much on a lot of stuff.
We're spending on a lot of stuff. So, is the moon a priority? Is healthcare for every man, woman, child of America born? Is that more important than a trip to the moon and a moon base?
Free healthcare?
I mean,
what are you really getting? I mean, it was supposed to be free 10 years ago, or at least really cheap.
Well,
and it's not
it's
affordable
not.
or cheap.
Well, I guess how much of a family? That's a bigger topic, bigger stuff.
Yeah.
Do I want to go to the moon? Sure. Would I rather have other things? Maybe.
Let me play you this, because I do think there's
it's a romantic.
There's a kernel of something here which I do like.
Okay.
The cost is, I don't know that I don't love any costs, but I want to play you a little something and then think about it for a second.
Sure.
Progress teaches us anything. It is that man in his quest for knowledge and progress is determined and cannot be deterred. We shall send to the moon, 240,000 miles away, a giant rocket more than 300 feet tall on an untried mission to an unknown celestial body, and then return it safely to Earth. But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic?
Still gives you chills,
we choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Heck yeah.
Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone. And therefore, as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked.
I'm in. I honestly, like you talk, you hear that?
That's just that for half the cost of it. Yeah, for the cost of both NBA franchise expansions.
Go to the moon.
Or a moon base.
Go to the moon.
Now what do you want, America?
Yes. Put an NBA team on the moon.
Oh, don't mention it now.
Here's the thing.
Let's get our team first.
When I hear that, I was on the fence on this before, but then I just heard that, and now I'm just
wonderful?
like, there is a thing where America did used to do these things. They would take ambitious steps, and they would take great leaps, and it would benefit all of mankind. And
someday we will have food in a tube.
Yes.
Not because it's delicious, but because it is hard.
There will be a tiny bag you will open, and it will float in space, and you will eat out of that bag.
I envision astronauts peeing into sacks and storing those sacks until they are safely home on America's shores.
And this is how we lead the world.
This is what innovation looks like. You're right.
You know, and yes, there's a cost, but I got to ask you, how do you evaluate the cost of not doing something?
Right. Opportunities missed.
Another movie line.
Shots not taken.
Yes.
You regret 100% of the shots you don't take.
Velcro. Just keep telling yourself, Velcro. And microwaves and all the other good stuff.
All the other great stuff. And you know what? I like that they're going to put NASA science and NASA know-how in with these companies, these private companies.
Yeah, which
that are already doing the heavy lifting.
Bill.
Yes, exactly.
Get the private companies involved.
Okay, I'm in.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
The NBA takes its biggest step yet to bringing the Sonics back to Seattle.
The NBA Board of Governors has officially greenlit a deeper look at expansion to Seattle.
KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey has been following this.
Amanda, what a huge story for the city.
Speculation is that it's going to be 28-29 that season.
Stay plugged into the very latest at mynorthwest.com.
I'm super excited for the jobs, the restaurants.
And KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
We are on a magic carpet ride.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
If you've saved more than $300,000
$1,000, there's one thing you can do now that could make your savings go twice as far in retirement, and it's tax planning. That's right, tax planning could significantly reduce the taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, Social Security benefits, and other investment income. Charlie Harger here. Find out how much money you could save with a free retirement tax savings analysis from the good people at Boss Retirement Solutions. To schedule your free analysis, call 206-210-1350. Tax planning for retirement could reduce your taxes not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. And the savings could be six figures. Let's find out how much money you could save. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A Los Angeles jury finds the parent companies of Instagram and YouTube liable in a landmark social media addiction trial. Juliana Arnold of the online safety advocacy group Parents Rise.
We now know that they were manipulating our children for profits while we were watching and trying to keep our families safe.
The plaintiff is a woman who says she became addicted to social media as a child and that the addiction exacerbated her mental health struggles. The companies must pay her a total of $6 million in damages. They're appealing. CBS's Jolene Kent.
Even though these intentions have been spoken in such a way, there has been a lack of federal guidance and regulation on this front, which has led to today. And so the precedents that might be set today and yesterday in New Mexico will be useful to those who are filing these lawsuits.
Still no funding deal yet on Capitol Hill to reopen the government. Meantime, this woman at LaGuardia Airport faces huge lines at TSA checkpoints and missed flights.
Called the airlines, called my Uber, didn't get no sleep last night because I didn't want to miss the flight, get here on time, and then they just scattered me, go over there, go sit over there in the Bermuda room for 4 hours.
CBS's Nicole Skanga at Houston's airport.
When we arrived this morning, we found travelers who were actually asleep outside of this TSA security screening point just so they could be among the first in line once things opened up.
The White House says negotiations continue with Iran in an effort to end the war, but Iran's foreign minister says they do not plan on any negotiations. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
We're not going to get into the details of these negotiations and conversations that continue to take place. As, of course, you can imagine, they are very sensitive diplomatic discussions.
Some lawmakers have been given a classified briefing about the war with Iran. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
Ranking member of the House Armed Services Committee, Congressman Adam Smith, after the briefing.
The big question is, what is the plan to achieve the objective?
He said the objective appears to be to fundamentally break Iran so it no longer has a nuclear program or ballistic missile program. Asked if the subject of U.S. ground troops came up.
There was discussion. There were no specific answers.
Nearly 2 months since Nancy Guthrie disappeared from her home in Tucson, Arizona, her daughter Savannah appeared on NBC's Today Show with Hoda Kotb to make another appeal to the public for help.
Someone needs to do the right thing. We are in agony.
Yeah.
We are in agony. It is unbearable.
Police have yet to identify or locate the suspect. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Getting closer to bringing back the Sonics. The story after Nate Connors at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
This one's brought to us by Seattle Sports. Up in Milk Creek, we've got a big crash, North 5 and 164th. It's blocking 2 left lanes, including the HOV lane. Right now, we're looking at a bumper-to-bumper backup starting at 220th. And then North 405, you'll jam up near Damson Road hanging into Alderwood. Seattle to Linwood is a 20-minute commute. Add 20 minutes if you're continuing into Everett. Bellevue to Linwood, same story, 20 minutes. South 5 heading into Seattle, you're slow at 85th to I-90. Linwood to Seattle, we're pushing 25 minutes. North 5 scattered backups from the Michigan Curve now to the Ship Canal. 25 minutes to clear this. South 405, you're heavy from Southeast 8th and Bellevue down past Coal Creek Parkway. North 405 slows through the Renton S-curves. Southbound 167 starting to fill in through Renton and again between Pacific and Sumner. And if you're heading over our passes anytime soon, things have cleared up over Stevens, so now no restrictions on all of our open passes. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. It has been 18 long years.
Drain the 3 and we are tied. 80-80. Good. Golly, Miss Molly, what a game.
Today, the NBA took a big leap forward in bringing back the Sonics, voting in favor of exploring to add 2 new teams to Seattle and Las Vegas. Commissioner Adam Silver says nothing is set in stone. Some owners do fear expansion could cut into their revenue and dilute the league's talent pool.
No matter how well managed your team is, if there are 2 more teams out there, number one, you're presumably going to lose some talent to those teams, but also it's harder to compete to win a championship if there's 32 teams than if there's 30.
But if all goes well, Sonics could be back in time for the start of the 2028 season. Washington's mail-in voting system could be in for a major shakeup as the U.S. Supreme Court may strike down laws in 29 states that count ballots arriving after Election Day.
Former State Attorney General Rob McKenna tells Seattle's Morning News the court's conservative majority appears sympathetic to challengers in a Mississippi case. Right now, Washington accepts ballots postmarked by Election Day. That could change by November. If your ballot arrives late, your votes in non-federal races would count.
But your votes, if the ballot was received after Election Day in the races for Congress or in Senate races in those states that have Senate races this fall, would not be counted.
McKenna says the Secretary of State's office should start preparing now to get the word out to voters. Manda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle City Attorney's Office files criminal charges against the King County Assessor. John Arthur Wilson now faces 2 counts of violating a restraining order against his ex-fiancée. Wilson was accused last year of stalking her outside her Seattle home. He later apologized and ended his re-election campaign. We have reached out to Wilson for comments. And we finally know how you can watch the Mariners on TV. Team announced today games will air locally on Xfinity, Channel 1261, and Spectrum, Channel 414. More TV distributors will be announced soon. The team says a channel finder goes live tomorrow. The changes come after Root Sports shut down. A streaming option continues under the new Mariners TV brand. Now to your weather updates. Looking at some light rain today, drying out for later tonight. Some light rain early tomorrow, then sunshine for Thursday. Right now, looking at 48 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Fastest show, fastest 3 hours in radio right here for sure. A lot of stuff to get to. This was a very interesting one and does not bode well if you don't like having people doing very hard, scary drugs near your neighborhood.
I thought you were talking about the Olympia story. That's going to come up second.
Yes. Well, in related news, so this is from Andrea Suarez, who is she has an organization called We Heart Seattle. She has a walk around that she's doing at one of these tiny house villages. Do you ever see these everywhere?
Of course.
Anywhere?
I've been a proponent of these because I'm under the impression they're a safe environment with some regulation, some gatekeeping, if you will. And the folks who take advantage of these transitional type communities, if you will, to get off the streets and get your life together and get on with becoming a productive member of society.
Sure.
Boy, was I wrong.
Well, no. I mean, I think your intentions are good, and there's merit to everything you were just saying. I don't like them because I do not like the housing first approach. I don't like introducing. There's a new bill. What is this? This House bill that was passed. House Bill 2266 passed this last session, and basically it opens up the way for, they call it supportive housing, permanent and supportive housing, transitional housing, which I think this would fall under, and indoor emergency shelters can be placed in any neighborhood in the state.
The state, yeah.
Which used to be relegated to very specific areas, and now and you used to find this thing a lot in Seattle, and then now it has bled into anywhere in the state now, if they decide to. Even if your neighborhood says, hey, you know what I don't want? I don't want a bunch of tiny houses with people inside doing fentanyl.
Right.
In my neighborhood where my kids are riding bikes.
Used to have Nicholsville.
Yes.
Down in an industrial portion of town for a reason.
Yep. Yeah. And so this House bill opens up the way for that. I don't believe that the governor has signed it yet, but it has been delivered to him on March 12th. So that, the clock is ticking on that. That could be imminent. Here's the thing. I don't like that you are placing people who have obvious problems, and not just housing problems, but serious drug-addicted problems. When somebody's doing something on drugs, they're not thinking clearly and they can do crazy things. And if it puts you in a direct path with people who are not choosing to live their life that way and maybe just trying to live a good life, that's a marriage I don't think is a good one.
That's not a healthy, productive situation. Yeah.
So I don't support them. But Andrea Suarez with We Heart Seattle, she's walking around these and she starts talking to some folks who are there, and they're describing in one of these little houses, and you've all seen these. They look, they're like, what is it, like 10 by 10 usually, or like maybe 8 by 5 or something?
I think it's
whatever they are.
It's probably 6 by 12 if I had to guess.
They're small,
yeah,
tiny houses. You get the idea. And listen to their description of one of these houses, because now it's raising some question marks about where taxpayer funding is going, and is this even legal?
Inner Bay Tiny House Village.
And this is the drug house right here for people that do drugs.
What?
So you can come do your drugs. If you're going to do Fetty or something, you come in here and do it. No animals are allowed. And you come in there to do your Fetty. Nobody says anything or anything. And
what do you call it, Fetty?
Fetty, fentanyl.
Isn't it sad that they have a nickname for it?
Close
Fetty?
personal friend.
Fetty. Ugh.
Narcan's up here, but...
What about foil? Are they?
Look, he knows where the Narcan is in case somebody overdoses.
Us amount supplies to do it.
No.
Get that here at home. Why? What is depressing? Look at this chair. It's like a suicide tank.
Heater. Usually it's full of people.
Really?
Yeah, it's the end of the month. So everybody's run out of money.
Oh boy.
It's funny because the drug dealers or something, they're in there smoking with people. Nobody's in their room doing fentanyl.
Did you hear that? The drug dealers are in there smoking with people usually. So they have a captive audience.
Yeah.
They have a captive clientele who's addicted to their product, who's being housed in taxpayer-supported housing.
Yeah.
And the drug dealers, you're essentially just building these little markets. Now, where do you think drug dealers are going to go find these people?
Sure.
Now they know where to find them.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing. My thoughts about these tiny communities are that they are safe places with some type of requirements and regulations. Apparently, that's not the case. So if you're going to have people who are drug addicted that are off the streets, that are taking advantage of these tiny villages, these tiny house villages, and they're going to do drugs, and I don't know why I'm even trying to find this argument. I'd almost rather they had one dedicated house where they could go, and we know this house we're going to dedicate this one. If you're going to smoke it here. Keep it out of the main thoroughfares. Keep it away from maybe families, people with kids that have a tiny house in this little community. People have pets. If you can't stop people from using and you want them off the streets, it's like a safe use zone that some cities have for their drug community up in Vancouver. There are benefits to them. Yeah. There are benefits to this mentality of a safe use place. You know where the Narcan is. You won't find junk and paraphernalia strewn about the entirety of the tiny community. I mean, I'm with you. We're doing taxpayer funded money to give dealers a place to sell their wares to junkies. And that sickens you. I'm with you.
I understand Okay, so my take on this is I understand your arguments. They make sense.
It's making the best of a really, really bad situation, I guess.
I think it's noble what you desire, which is for them to have a place where they're not sleeping on the street.
Yeah.
But I think in order for all of that to work, it would all have to be 100% successful, and they would have to get off the drugs at some point. And if you're not seeing that, and if instead they're also like, what are the stats on how long this addiction carries on? Like, what are the stats on versus somebody who is told you're doing an illegal drug?
Forced to make a choice.
We're going to force you to make the choice.
Yeah.
You can either be out on the street, not doing something illegal, or you can try to do something illegal, and we're going to arrest you for it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put you in a situation that you're going to hate, which is to be locked up, and we're going to force you to get clean, versus this situation,
an enabling situation
where you have like taxpayer funds go to a drug house that's just being filled up with drug dealers who are like now have a captive audience.
Well, they're preying on addicted people. They're preying on the addicted.
Yeah, and that doesn't seem like a better situation.
Let me ask you this quick. I know we weren't. I don't know
No,
if
this is great.
You live in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you've got some homeless in your neighborhood, and you see them using fentanyl on the streets and the sidewalks in your businesses. You see it all the time.
Yeah.
The city doesn't have the resources to police it.
But yes, if I saw it.
If you're living in a community, say you're a block or two off of Aurora Avenue.
Yeah.
You've got a nice home, family starter home. You know, you've been there. You're trying to raise a couple kids there. You see people doing the paperclip flop. You know, when they're bent over, pants around their whatever, doing fentanyl. You see it far too often. What if there was a little tiny community that had a house where people could go to and do that and get it off the streets and keep it out of your family's sights and keep the paraphernalia and the garbage and the flopping and the passed outs, keep it in one place.
Here's the thing. Is it actually out of your community though? You now have a center of drugs. This is where they're all living, just doing these drugs now, where drug dealers are sitting with them saying, "Hey, would you like some more drugs?"
Well, this is a heartless analogy, okay, but
yeah.
There's a trash can. You put trash in it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not there, the trash is all over your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Can you see the? I'm not. That's a heartless.
I fully understand the analogy, and it makes sense. And I totally understand what you're saying. The problem with that analogy is if the trash can was so high that it went and did something horrible while it was high and left the curb and does something awful to the neighborhood.
Burns the building down. Yeah.
I mean, the trash can's a stationary thing. And then somebody comes and takes the trash away and it's no longer there.
Yeah.
If you're just saying that you're just putting all the trash, you're just going to keep the trash in one central location where you're just going to keep filling it up with more trash, I don't see how that's a good, sustainable, long-term solution. And I don't want to sound heartless.
No, I me neither. But I'd rather, people want a place to be off the streets. All we ask,
yeah,
is that you don't endanger the rest of the people in your tiny community or the regular community. You give it up. Give up the junk.
Here's what the Third
We
Circuit...
got a place for you. Give up the junk.
Somebody posted on this. Savage Citizens responded to this video, and they posted a decision by the Third Circuit Court of Appeals from 2021 that says operating such a site violates federal law. And they, and then they list the details of why. And it just, to me, it feels like that makes perfect sense. You should not be building little houses where drug dealers come in and share their wares. It's illegal to do the activity. Like if somebody built, prostitution's not legal here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have it. You should. I mean, we do have it. We do have prostitution,
we do have it, but it's not legal.
But it's illegal. If they were building little communities where somebody could go in and visit a prostitute, and it was funded by state tax dollars, people would rightly, I think, be pretty upset.
You're spot on.
And so
you see these little motels up and down Aurora Avenue, and you know that they're being used
now,
for
those
this
are
purpose.
privately funded.
Exactly.
And everybody unanimously goes, you know what's like horrible? Is sex trafficking. And you're taking advantage of people, and that's awful.
Now imagine it was a King County sponsored flop.
Now imagine King County, it's a King County van that they set up, and they say, hey, we want to provide a safe place for people to come and do an illegal activity. It's an illegal activity.
Yeah.
Either,
it is. Yeah,
and that's principally, that's like my big problem with it. Either it's illegal or it's not. And if it's illegal, then why are we allowing it?
I don't think that's a bridge too far for you. I think it's very reasonable.
And I thank God that I don't have to deal with that problem. I don't have to be the person that has to interface with somebody who's going through the worst day in their life, when they get called by, a cop has to come and deal with that person.
Yeah.
And then they have to wake up in a cell and they're fighting. I mean, I've seen people under bad states of drug-induced anger.
Okay.
Not in my personal family, but I've been around situations like that.
Yeah.
Having to deal with that all the time. Can you imagine that job? Just how awful and depressing that would be.
No.
Just from a just a humanity standpoint, it would be awful. And then to see the same people, that's the other thing that would be so awful, is to see the same people, the people like Andrea Suarez, God bless her, and the We Are Seattle folks.
I hear you, man.
Who have a real heart for these people, who go out and are trying to help them and say, hey, we're offering you a path forward that's not,
You know how this path ends. You know where this track's taking you. Oh, imagine you talk about what they see these same people. They see them decline.
Yes.
They see them go from a person to a ghost of a person.
You look at those progression photos, of arrest photos of people who are young, and 2 years later, they've been arrested 10 times, clearly drug addicted.
Yeah.
They look like they've aged 50 years. Yeah. And you just go, man, I mean, talk about throwing your life away in a trash can. And they have to see this stuff all the time. And, God, get these people out of there. Don't let them keep ruining their lives. It's awful. It makes me feel horrible for them. All right. Speaking of ruining their life, drinking's a tough thing. House Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbon.
I put these next to each other on purpose, right?
I'll
take the blame for that.
No, that's great. I'm happy you did.
You call it credit. That's what you call it.
I said this morning on our phone call, I feel a little evil.
I don't think it's evil. I think it's the right choice.
Well, we're talking about what you're tolerating.
Yes.
Whether it's a tiny community full of a fentanyl shack or it's Olympia, where they decided that drinking on the job, coming to a budget debate, inebriated, doesn't really cost you anything.
It's not a problem. This is House Majority Leader. He's the highest ranked guy in the House. His other guy would be Would be Peterson on the Senate side.
Yeah, he's the Senate
and then
Majority
Ferguson.
Leader. Yeah.
I mean,
you're the head of your party.
You're the head of your party.
Yeah.
And what's he doing while he's at work? Apparently, he's drunk.
With that, Mr. Chair, I really want to thank you for your work, and I want to ask you to vote yes.
Yeah, I just love you, man. I just love you.
Every public employee in this state can rely on retirement security.
He was asked about this by a reporter, and I believe he confirms that he was indeed drunk.
Have you had a drink on the job before? No, this was something that I regret very seriously, and learned the lesson the hardest way possible.
Did he learn a lesson the hardest way possible?
Well,
to be embarrassed is not the hardest lesson possible.
No, there's harder lessons.
To be reprimanded in any way would be even worse than to be a little bit embarrassed.
Well, he was reprimanded a little bit. He's a little more embarrassed. Well,
who reprimanded him?
He was
Democratic
found-
House Majority Leader will not face any consequences.
Well, he's got an official. He's not going to be losing his job. Here's what they decided in Olympia.
What did they decide?
He did not violate ethics rules.
Okay.
Of the Washington House of Representatives.
Did they decide this
He
at a bar?
He violated decorum rules. Not ethics, but decorum.
So it's not ethically wrong
What
when
did-
you're
it wasn't-
debating
it wasn't-
income tax stuff.
Wasn't bad
to be
just look
drunk.
bad? Yeah, wasn't bad just look bad. This decorum. If he had not slurred, straightened up his tie, combed his hair, and no one would have known he was hammered.
Yeah.
Decorum. It's a decorum.
Decorum.
Here's the thing. I mean, the guy, he's not a habitual. I don't know if I'm trying to find a justification for this. I remember when the
I love
story.
that I don't have to.
I know. Look at me dance. To quote Billy Idol.
Go back to your garbage can analogy. I like that one.
There you go. When a Republican state representative said, "Look, everybody in this building has liquor in their offices. Drinking is part of this. It's part of what we do when we lobby."
I'm not supporting
Right.
that. I don't think that's good.
Well, I know. I'm saying, but that's the standard in Olympia. It wasn't that he had a drink. He was inebriated. What I heard, they sent him home, and he came back.
That's a rumor.
And we still have. Was that? Do we not? Okay. I'm saying I heard.
We have to say it's a rumor.
Yeah, that's all I said was I heard.
Because it raises into question how do you get back.
Well, yeah, and I don't know, but I've heard. That's what I heard.
That's what people said.
So is this a story about fortitude and stick-to-itiveness?
Allegedly.
Is this a story about a guy who wants to get the job done?
He really wants to
debate
the important words.
With that, Mr. Chair, I really want to thank you for your work, and I want to ask you to vote yes.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't say prove it. He didn't say take me to court. He didn't say let's have it. He said, hey, I screwed up. I made some horrible decisions. I will not. It's not who I am. I won't do it again.
Here he is apologizing.
I'm happy that that nobody besides myself was hurt, other than the ways in which the work was impacted. I didn't get behind the wheel. Didn't make any choices that could have put other safety at risk.
I mean, he did vote for income tax while apparently drinking, I guess.
Hey, well, no, he debated. He didn't vote drunk, because then we could have a challenge to the vote. He debated drunk.
That's a good question.
Right?
If he was drunk while voting,
right,
would his vote still count?
I wouldn't think it could or should.
Interesting question.
Yeah.
Here's another question. Do you honestly believe, like they say somebody who's drunk driving, if you get caught once, you've done it 100 times? Are you there with me?
Nobody.
Are you there with me?
Nobody gets caught the first time.
When he says, listen, guys, egg on my face, I did it one time. This is the only time I ever done this thing.
I know better.
Yeah.
I've lived a life on this here planet.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
Hey, it's Amanda Factor. The Seattle Mariners begin the regular season tomorrow with one of their best teams in franchise history. Luke Ducey will be live at T-Mobile Park for all the pomp and circumstance of opening day. From blind date to home plate, a Bothell couple's love story came full circle at spring training. We'll have your game day forecast, and Sully has traffic every 10 minutes. Join Charlie Harger and me tomorrow, 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Jackson Hewitt will do your taxes for $149 or less, no matter how complicated. So if you're a delivery driver, / handyman, / wedding DJ, you pay only $149 or less. We're talking to you, waitress.
Check, please.
/ pet sitter, / influencer. Just $149 or less. Want your refund to work as hard as you? Hurry, don't wait. File with Jackson Hewitt today. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com. What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Ever notice how everyone has their own idea of clean?
Yeah, your clean desk still has 3 coffee cups.
Yeah, but clean energy is simple. It means no carbon emissions.
And that's what nuclear energy delivers, while providing steady, reliable electricity.
Those big white clouds above a nuclear power plant? Just water vapor, like warm breath on a cold day.
Nuclear energy provides 10% of Washington's electricity, all without adding carbon to the air.
Learn more at energy-northwest.com.
Energy Northwest, powering our clean energy future.
John Curley here. This baseball season, step up to the plate and get the price of a new heating and cooling system in just 60 seconds on your phone with no pressure. Don't wait. Call the comfort people. HomeComfortAlliance.com. That's HomeComfortAlliance.com.
I had pain. I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. It's all neurologists. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug, and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. If you're at the stage where you need readers, whether you've had LASIK or not, it may be time to consider K2 Vision RLE. I tell my King LASIK patients, laser vision correction won't solve the eventual need for reading glasses due to an aging, dysfunctional lens.
But K2 Vision RLE will. It's not a question of if your lens becomes dysfunctional, it's when. At that point, you'll need reading glasses and could benefit from refractive lens exchange. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. In other words, no glasses, no contacts, and no readers.
And no cataracts.
Exactly. After K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
K2 Vision doctors have performed over 150,000 procedures and followed the outcomes. They have the experience to know when it's your right time for RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consult today at K2VisionRLE.com. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The White House is talking tough amid reports that Iran is not interested in the Trump administration's plan to end the war. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
If Iran fails to accept the reality of the current moment, if they fail to understand that they have been defeated militarily and will continue to be, President Trump will ensure they are hit harder than they have ever been hit before.
Select members of Congress received a briefing today about the war, Washington Congressman Adam Smith among them. He tells CNN it looks like the conflict is far from over.
Smith says the plan to end the war in Iran remains unclear, and he's questioning reports that the Pentagon is sending thousands of U.S. Marines and paratroopers to the region either as a threat or a planned assault on Iran.
We're sending them there, and they're going to be vulnerable. What's the force protection plan? And then if you're not going to use them, why send them there? It's quite possible that it's just sort of like a threat.
There are also reports Iran has rejected President Trump's 15-point plan to end the war. Iran targeted countries across the Middle East Wednesday with a fresh volley of missiles and drone attacks. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
In a landmark trial, the jury found Meta and YouTube are liable for creating products that led to harmful and addictive behavior by young users. Tech analyst Ian Scher.
The conversation around these apps is likely to change, and the message will be that the negative mental health impacts of these technologies is a feature, not a bug, and the companies need to be held responsible.
Today, a jury in Los Angeles awarded a 20-year-old woman millions, finding the companies harmed her with addictive design features that led to her mental health issues. Big news for basketball fans dreaming of the Sonics' return. The NBA Board of Governors officially approved exploring expansion to Seattle and Las Vegas. Commissioner Adam Silver.
We have long histories in both of those markets, of course. We had a franchise in Seattle for over 40 years. We have a WNBA franchise in Seattle right now, and there's an enormous amount of passion for NBA basketball and WNBA basketball in that market.
No timeline yet, but the NBA says more updates are coming as the process moves forward. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 2:32, checking in with Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. Seattle to Everett will take you 45 minutes. You're all good until you get into Mount Lake Terrace, right at State Route 104. It thickens up and pretty solid for up to 164th, where we recently cleared a collision. It's on your left shoulder. Bellevue to Everett, same story, 45 minutes. Building volumes to Kirkland and then again in Alderwood. Typical backups in Everett this afternoon. North 5, you're going to slow just past 526 up to Highway 2. Eastbound 526 is heavy leaving the Boeing plant. South 5 into Seattle, you're slow from the U District to I-90. Gets thick there at the Ship Canal Bridge. North 5, scattered backups from the Michigan curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. 25 minutes to get through this. Seattle to Federal Way, plan on a half hour. You're slow from Interurban Avenue to 516. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeways, a 45-minute commute. And Nisqually, South 5 approaching the Nisqually River Bridge. State Patrol blocking that right lane. They're clearing a down tree. It looks like they're going to clear this at any moment. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Now to your forecast, seeing a few showers out there still with some gusty conditions as well. Drier for tomorrow and the next few days until late Sunday. Some more showers will be moving in by then. Right now, 46 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Lefko from 710 Seattle Sports join us right now. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Good to be back. I feel like it's been a while.
It's been too long.
A lot's happened, though.
Yeah.
We've been traveling. We've been gone.
We have more to
day.
talk about today than almost at any time since the Super Bowl, I think. So let's start with all the Sonic stuff. People seem to be very excited. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I think it finally technically happened. I know there's a faction of the fans that still are under the, well, I don't want to hear anything about this until they actually are on the court.
Believe it when I see it, folks.
Logo, until I see players, until 2 years from now, this team is playing its first exhibition game in Climate Pledge, then I'll believe it. And I understand that because this fan base has been strung along over and over and over again. So if you're on that side, technically, this is not going to do much for you, but it is exciting because today, Adam Silver and the NBA officially announced they're essentially vetting ownership groups in Seattle and Vegas for expansion. Now, they didn't say we are expanding 2 teams on this date.
That doesn't happen until what, June?
When they're they have to then vote to expand the ownership groups and when the start date will be. But if they're going through all the steps to do this, it's not rigmarole. It's because something's actually happening. They're not going to go through this entire process of getting 30 owners who unanimously voted, by the way, to say, yes, we're going to expand here and look at these ownership groups. Yes, it was unanimous. So all of them are on board, and they're going to explore which ownership groups could spend up to $7 to $10 billion for an expansion franchise.
Now, let me ask you a question about that. That money, let's say, okay, so it's 2 teams, 7 to 10. Let's say, let's call it middle of the road, 8 apiece, 9 apiece.
Yeah.
Let's say $17 billion in 2 new expansion teams coming in collectively. Where does that money go to?
It goes directly to the owners. And that's why they finally decided we need to expand. Because for so long they're worried about the diluted costs of, local TV revenues have just gone in the tank. And they don't want to split all that revenue among players, which they have to, and then among 2 new franchises.
Right.
Because with their CBA, I don't know the exact split, so don't quote me on the exact prices, but it's some kind of split. All basketball-related income gets split between the owners and the players. But expansion franchises, because it's not basketball-related revenue, it's a new ownership group coming in.
Got it.
That just goes to owners. So that's why it became appealing. I think when they saw the Celtics get sold, when they saw these increasing prices that franchises are growing for, then they all got on board with, well, look, if we all can pocket a nice chunk of change, I don't know what the math is, 17 billion divided by 30.
It's over $500 million each.
Yeah.
It's almost
then
$600
they decided
million
to go
each.
with it.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, too, just like when the Celtics sold for, what was it, $6 billion, something like that? Every other team's value, it's just like a house in your neighborhood selling.
Right.
If it sells for a good amount of money, every other house notches up a little bit. So if you have these teams, these expansion teams, if they sell for $10 billion a piece, every single team in the NBA, the owners are giving themselves a higher valuation and they're getting a fat check.
Yeah.
In that case, it's going to be, like almost $1 billion each. That's crazy.
And adding these 2 markets to the TV revenue, that boosts them as well, right? These are 2 big TV markets.
It's different market to market, and so it ultimately is local TV revenues are just down across the board. I mean, think about any franchise. The Mariners now had to come under the MLB umbrella because Root Sports, cratered and then became obsolete. And most markets, just the problem with local TV, right?
Okay, I got you.
Cord cutting and all that stuff. So even if the Sonics are well supported, which they will be, they might get that boost for a little bit, but people are going to find ways to not
TV revenues
pay for TV revenue.
So,
and I think it's over the long term too. Their consideration is, look, if we have 32 franchises, we're not just talking about TV revenue, local TV revenue for 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
these teams are not going anywhere. You're not going to contract and get rid of them. So over the course of 15, 20, 30 years, what does that split look like, the diminishing returns? But the immediate infusion of cash, that's very appealing.
It offsets whatever small amount of pie that they then have to carve out for these new teams, media, like TV rights deal.
Okay.
They're getting so much coming in from the $20 billion that these guys are paying in for. It actually, like, when I saw that those numbers had gone down this last season, I actually felt like we had a better chance of getting a team because the owners are financially motivated to, like, want to make up for that.
They need the short-term cash. That'll help them. Yeah, and you know what? The local, you can always do things with a national TV deal where you bring in 2 appealing markets. So when they renegotiate, and I don't even know how long, because they just did. So that was, I understand the fan base. It was like, well, we heard that after the national TV deal was done, which was last year, then it was going to happen. Well, it just took some time and more dragging of the feet, and finally that's happened. So in 5+ or 10+ years, whenever they renegotiate the national deal again, then they should get more money because national sports rights keep going up. The NFL is just printing money with what they're billing all these providers like Amazon and whoever carries their games now, Fox and ESPN and NBC. So
Netflix,
the NBA
Christmas Day
and Netflix, and the NBA has done that too with Amazon and with NBC. And now when they come back again to the table and say, well, look, we have 2 markets that are well supported in Vegas and Seattle, and they're not going to expand if they weren't going to be. So they're going to have 2 very successful markets. Then you can get more from everyone else's side as well.
So if I understand it now, the commissioner will now vet the ownership groups in both cities.
Yes.
I hear Vegas has 2 strong suitors to buy the team, but Seattle just has the One Roof. Is that the new company that's got started by the Kraken owners, right?
That's why people think they will be the favorites. Now, we don't know if someone else is interested in a bid. I think that's what this whole process will be. But because you have already in this building the Kraken ownership group, who now made this umbrella company, kind of like what the Paul G. Allen Trust and Estate did, where they said, we have this company that oversees everything, so we'll have the Blazers and the Seahawks and the rest of our portfolio. Now they have put themselves in position to say, look, we can own these 2 franchises. We're not just owners of the Kraken. We've created a company above that to own another sports franchise.
And they also own the arena.
Yeah, so they'd be the presumptive favorites.
Well, they got all the things.
Well, they got all the parts.
For.
They've planned it very well.
Let me ask you this question. If another ownership group comes in with a better bid for the NBA is not required to take a higher bid. They can take the...
No,
they have to prove ownership.
But the owners then all have to approve it. So if the owners say, well, look, if this ownership group is going to offer $10 billion
and this
and
owns
the Kraken
only
ownership,
7.
So they might. Now that would just be all right. It's semantics. You don't have to be in the place that owns your company because NBA and NHL teams split arenas all the time. So say it's not the Holloway-led backing, they would just pay the Kraken to rent out the arena and all of that.
Well, that's a question I was going to ask you. Is there any way that they would use that as leverage to say, hey, if you don't let us buy the team, you're going to have to find a new arena for these guys to play in? I mean, because they are now the majority ownership of that arena, right?
Technically, you could do that. I don't think it would go over very well with the NBA, and I don't think it would go over well with the city of Seattle.
Honestly, though, but isn't that the point of getting majority ownership? Because you can kind of tell them to pound sand.
Now, in Dallas, they ran into this issue. The Stars and Mavericks just had a pretty acrimonious split and a divorce, essentially, where the Mavericks kicked the Stars out of the arena. So they have to find a new place to play. So yes, the Holloways could say, assuming that the One Roof Foundation wants the Sonics, they don't get it, they could be very bitter. I imagine from the sake of a goodwill standpoint, that would not go over well at all.
Especially not with the fan base.
If they're holding that hostage, they're holding the arena hostage and saying, you can't play here unless we own the team, that's not going to go over well.
But here's the thing. I mean, that's a bad way to start a relationship, but that is eventually where every NBA relationship or professional, like franchise relationship devolves into with their city. They always hold that arena over the fan's head at some point. They always go, and it's not usually at the beginning, but they're always going like, hey, you know what?
Jake already going to the negative here. Down the line.
I'm just trying.
The news just happened today.
I'm trying to think.
This is a hurt fan base. It is, man.
You're right. I mean, it still stings, and so you're just trying to think of all the angles. And if I'm the Kraken ownership who's made this incredible investment into local sports community, and then the NBA starts coming into town saying like, hey, we want to get with you guys and come back into town. They seem to me to be the best suitors. I don't know that there's even anybody out there who has
that's
another.
The thing. It takes a lot of capital to raise $7+ billion.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anyone right now. And then, yes, arena costs. If you don't own the arena, you have to lease it. So for all those reasons, yes, it feels like the Kraken ownership group, because they set up this now company to oversee it all. I would say they're probably the favorites, and it seems like the best fit because you do need good fit as well. I don't think it would get contentious. I don't think it would get acrimonious like that. So I feel like, hey, if we're looking at already potential owners, it would probably be that group.
And if both cities get their ownership vetted and approved, they could vote on this at the summer meetings.
And I think that's what their
and
goal
this would be a
is.
done deal.
Yeah. Well, and so we've had some people on after the news broke, a couple weeks ago. We've had some well-respected NBA reporters on our local station, on Seattle Sports here, and they gave a timeline of, well, the reason they're voting on it now is because they want to start in the 28-29 season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have to get moving. You have to get going because then there's all the logistics to sort out, expansion draft, what percentage of revenue they get right away. It's kind of mind-numbing. But those are all the questions that then have to be sorted out before they begin play.
We have 20 seconds to answer this question, so a simple yes or no will suffice.
Good luck.
Do you think that Kevin Durant is going to be one of the leading figures to come back? Because his contract with where is he playing at right now?
I don't think he's coming back.
Is he in Houston?
He's in Houston. He's just signed an extension.
He's got 2 years left, and then it would be the first season that the Sonics would be back in
because
town.
you want to be a competitive team, not a figurehead for an aging, retiring player.
Okay, there you go. So it's a no.
Well said.
It's a no. All right, Mike Lefko, 710 Seattle Sports. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks, guys.
We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
The NBA takes its biggest step yet to bringing the Sonics back to Seattle.
The NBA Board of Governors has officially greenlit a deeper look at expansion to Seattle.
KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey has been following this.
Amanda, what a huge story for the city.
Speculation is that it's going to be 28-29 that season.
Stay plugged into the very latest at mynorthwest.com.
I'm super excited for the jobs, the restaurants.
And KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
We are on a magic carpet ride.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it. With a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
If you've saved more than $300,000, there's one thing you can do now that could make your savings go twice as far in retirement, and it's tax planning. That's right, tax planning could significantly reduce the taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, Social Security benefits, and other investment income. Charlie Harger here. Find out how much money you could save with a free retirement tax savings analysis from the good people at Boss Retirement Solutions. To schedule your free analysis, call 206-210-1350. Tax planning for retirement could reduce your taxes not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. And the savings could be six figures. Let's find out how much money you could save. Call 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still. You're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future at AmazonBusiness.com.
Welcome back to the show. We got a lot of text messages today. Lots of texts on the Sonics, everything, TSA stuff. Let's get right into it. Laura, go for it.
On the Sonics' hopeful return, Jared from Silverdale says the last 2 times the Sonics attempted to come back, the franchise reached out to those of us who held season tickets before they left, wanting to know if we wanted to re-up our season tickets or let them go out to new season ticket holders. I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm hoping 3rd time's a charm.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's great.
That's a really good, tell, don't you think?
I would imagine so, but I also wonder, would they still do that after so long? I mean, what is it, 20 years?
It'll be 20 years next year.
20 years? Yeah. I mean, do you still have a email that's working from 20 years ago?
That's a great question. Well, they still have a billing address.
There's going to be a lot of .AOL stuff.
Yeah. 425 says, that's great. About the basketball team for Seattle. Why would any billionaire buy the Seattle Supersonics and then pay a billionaire tax or own any of the money that was made from the team? Seattle will not be chosen.
It's an interesting point. It's becoming more and more clear to me that the NBA owners don't care about that. They want the initial buy-in of $10 billion, $7 to $10 billion, whatever the team's going to sell for, the expansion team will sell for.
Plus that level of earning, you find ways to not be an income.
Well, you find ways to park your money. And then like we were also saying, the value of these teams over the long run. In 2000, the average NBA team was worth almost $200 million. The average NBA team now is worth like $5.4 billion.
It's a cap gains tax I'd be worried about, to your point. Selling it,
Yeah. All right, let's see here. On Jake's solution to CCA gas tax, Pam in Port Townsend says, Jake and Spike, you two are making so much sense right now, you could never be politicians. Pam, that is one of the highest compliments you've ever paid us. Thank you.
Ivan in Edmond says, you're dreaming if you think Ferguson and his cronies will ever do anything to reduce taxes.
Here's why I know that's not a dream. There's nothing they care about more than their money. If Ferguson's going to lose his job, I don't believe he's an ideologue. I don't think he's willing to trade it all and lose his position of power. I don't think that's the reality for him.
I think you're right.
I think he's essentially like a CPA. I mean, if you ever watch the guy, he looks like he should be in the back, like crunching numbers somewhere. I do think if it's going to cost him his job, then he'll have to listen to reason at some point.
You're right. It's about keeping their position.
Yeah.
206 says, you only mentioned the CCA taxes increase in fuel prices. They also increase electric bills, too. As well as your home uses natural gas, it increases that bill, too.
100%. Absolutely.
It's time to give us some relief.
Give us some relief, folks.
On Ted Cruz refusing his paycheck, 360 says good for Cruz, but he shouldn't have to do this. When the government is shut down, no Congress people should get paid. Pass that law, Congress.
I like it. Janet 206, Ted et al. Likely has direct deposit. Takes a while to reverse. That's funny.
Jesus, is it Jesus or Jesus? Jesus says they need to extend the Soldiers and Sailor Act to TSA. That's you get paid. Air traffic controllers are getting paid.
Sure. Yeah.
TSA workers don't fall under that protective umbrella. Maybe it's time they are too.
On donations for TSA employees, because there's a local GoFundMe that was set up. It's over $100,000 now. 206 says, do you know if they have a free parking area for those that want to drop off donations to SeaTac for TSA folks? I don't know the answer to that. But
I believe they do, because they give you 90 minutes of free parking in the garage to drop off or pick up a person. So imagine if you were doing, canned goods.
That's great.
It would also apply.
And we put all the information if anybody wants to donate on the different
Facebook,
social
Twitter, X. Yeah.
On getting off your phone, 360 says, thank you, Jack. Sorry, my typo.
Thank you, 360.
I needed to hear that. I'm a father and a husband who was wasting too much time online. I need to put my phone down and engage.
Good for you.
You're
Good
right,
for you, 360.
Yeah, good for you.
Time is fleeting. Airplane mode, buddy. Airplane mode. Sue on City River says, I use apps like Banks and Amazon and Weather and Maps and my email daily, plus phone calls and texts. The smartphone needs to be used just as a tool. Yeah, if you're using it as a tool, totally understand. It does make life easier.
Yeah.
We send emails. We do all of our show prep and stuff. We send it via phones. We're constantly talking and doing things like that. It's the time suck things.
Yeah,
it's the scrolling stupid videos of cats and
moderation. Yes. And we talked about social media.
Out.
Hey, I like the stupid videos of cats.
You do now.
You're a tool.
But wait until you have kids you're chasing around.
No, my screen time is insane. Robin and Graham says, Jake, the next generation will create AI versions of themselves to do all the social media stuff while they enjoy a social media free life.
That is a very sad reality.
Is it a meta concept?
I think it's more. We'll invent a robot to go throw a ball to your kid while you look at a screen.
Oh, that's even worse. All right, thank you guys for hanging with us today. John Curley's coming up next. We got to go. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Taxes was waiting on the refund you needed yesterday.
All right, your car repair is going to run about $3,000.
Now Taxes is getting back on the road with TurboTax and Credit Karma, where you can get your refund up to 5 days faster and get personalized guidance to take every dollar further. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Deposit a federal refund into Credit Karma Money account and early submission of refund data by IRS required. Terms apply. Banking services provided by MVB Bank, Inc. Member FDIC. Credit Karma is not a bank.
What is it, boy? Someone need help? Someone in trouble? Oh, okay. So you just want me to get Progressive Auto Insurance because their collision coverage covers up to $1,000 in vet bills if you're injured in an accident? That's it? Okay. Calm down. Let's not resort to name calling.
Progressive's collision coverage helps pay for care for your pet when they're in the car during an accident.
No, you're right. Sorry. I shouldn't have said calm down.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage included with purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a hero. We're giving free consultations via phone and Zoom. Go to DUIHeroes.com or call 1-800-DUI-HERO.
We're human and we make mistakes. If you need someone by your side during a challenging time, DUI Heroes is there for you 24/7. They're excellent at what they do. DUI Heroes averages 90% of all DUI offenses they take on being reduced or completely dismissed. Your DUI defense specialist, DUIHeroes.com.
You know, retirement is supposed to be a time of rest and relaxation. But every week I get calls from seniors who are stressed out because their cost of living keeps going up. They love their home and they want to stay in it, but they're struggling with rising property taxes, monthly bills, and monthly mortgage payments if they have one. Hi, I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage, a local family-owned company. I specialize in the reverse mortgage, which allows seniors to tap into your home equity for tax-free cash to pay off your mortgage, pay off debt, and maybe put some extra money in the bank. A reverse mortgage is a great option for some people, but it's not right for everyone. So give me a call and you'll talk directly to me in person or over the phone for honest advice you can trust. Search for Best Mortgage on the web or call us at 425-649-6000. You'll talk to me, not an AI robot. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Hey, it's Amanda Factor. The Seattle Mariners begin the regular season tomorrow with one of their best teams in franchise history. Luke Ducey will be live at T-Mobile Park for all the pomp and circumstance of opening day. From blind date to home plate, a Bothell couple's love story came full circle at spring training. We'll have your game day forecast, and Sully has traffic every 10 minutes. Join Charlie Harger and me tomorrow, 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Yikey Wawa.
What?
My hot water.
Yeah?
Not so hot.
Water heater trouble?
It's not working.
We can fix that.
This week?
How about today?
Apollo Plumbing really is ready right now.
Especially when it comes to water heater replacement.
Think I need a new one?
Is it more than 10 years old?
It is.
Probably so.
Doesn't heat like it used to.
It runs out?
All the time.
That's a warning sign.
Uh-oh.
So are little leaks.
But Apollo can get me a new one?
Installed today by our clean screen trained and trusted plumbers. They're water heater experts.
But I probably got to pay a rush fee.
No extra charge.
You make this too easy.
We'll even haul off the old one.
A new water heater.
Same day. That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
This is going to get my budget in hot water.
Got you covered there too.
How?
Our available payment plans.
I don't have to wait?
Or take cold showers.
You are a lifesaver.
Call us this morning. You'll have hot water today.
That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Eli.